In recent years, there has been a dramatic increase in the number of people around the world who have taken part in non-violent political action. It's a technique by which people who see struggle as essential can wage their conflict without violence. It's not an attempt to avoid or ignore conflict, but it's the response to the problem of how to act effectively in politics and make the best use of the powers available. There are different dimensions and approaches of nonviolence. The major four approaches include tactical approach, which uses short campaigns in order to achieve a particular goal within an existing social framework. Their aim is reform. Then we have the strategic approach, in which the actions are guided by a structural analysis of social relationships and are mainly concerned about the fundamental transformation of society. The third is pragmatic approach, which is considered to be the most effective method, and their goal is to defeat the opponent. And the fourth is the ideological approach, who believe in ethical reasons and in unity of means and ends. They view the opponent as a partner in the struggle to satisfy the needs of all. Now, the question in front of us is, will the ideology of nonviolence still be effective in bringing about social change?
If it is effective in bringing social change, means non-violence is the better step than the violence part.
But it might not work all the time.
At earlier times, Britishers were there in India. So at that time, we are against Britishers. And now, in our generation, we are against our own people, like our government. There is corruption among internal part of our government only. So non-violence is the better part to cope up with that.
I support violence. I think of violence. The problems have been solved rather than non-violence. It's only Gandhi's in India, it's worked actually. Right now you see Anna Hazar in India, Lokpal is not working out really well.
Violence has worked so many times before and it has proved more effective. If you consider Poland, which was occupied by Hitler, if you had someone like Gandhi there, whatever he did, Hitler wouldn't have moved out of Poland. Whatever anyone, if he went against Hitler, he would have just killed them and moved on with it. He was a proper dictator, but the British government was not as hard as Hitler, so it worked.
And now let's hear it from the experienced.
For example, see, this body is prone to attacks by viruses, bacteria and so many things. So the body has a natural mechanism wherein it will produce antibodies and kill these harmful viruses and bacteria. So human body has a mechanism of throwing away or killing away the viruses and bacteria etc. which are harmful to the body. So unless these harmful viruses or bacteria are killed, we can't live. Body cannot exist. So violence is definitely required. But there is one saying called Dandam Dashagunam. When it comes to application of violence, we have to look into all possible options of non-violence. Neither non-violence is not the only solution. If non-violence were to be only solution, then the body would not have a mechanism of killing away the viruses and throwing away. So if violence is required, but it has to be thought of a lot before you apply violence. So when you find that violence is the only option, then you have to resort to violence, otherwise you can't survive. So violence is also required, and before which a lot of tricks and the policies are required to see that we solve that problem in a non-violent method.
So most of us do believe in non-violence, as it can create public awareness and one can easily gain public sympathy, and also it ensures that the media focuses on the issue. And so I conclude by saying that non-violence, when applied with a proper approach and with public support, it can definitely bring about the required change. Thank you.